Hey, Rob. Let me get you on the monitor. I'm going to try to stay as engaged with the chat as I can. Time around. As soon as I find. I'm good, Rob. How you doing? These drop into place. Man, you look good in that hot tub today, man. You look like you were chilling all the way out. Look like you were having a good time, bro. How did I get started in contracting and woodwork? Um, Two separate questions. I will start with the first, contracting. Um, I worked as a roofer when I came down here to go to college. I was set to go to college on a wrestling scholarship. And so at the time, I was in fantastic shape. I decided to opt for art school. And so I did that. Because I was in shape, roofing as a laborer was a good paying job for somebody who could do it. And I was in wrestling shape, so I was in good enough shape to be a roofer. So I did that because it paid better than fast food, which is all I was qualified for at 19. And I was fortunate enough to get very close to the owner of the company. I learned as much as I could, and somebody advised me to learn something else because roofing is not a lifelong career. Physically, it's very taxing. Um, so started to learn carpentry and all that stuff as well. And I graduated college. I got a job at an ad agency. And I did not like it. I didn't like it at all. And I left. I went back to construction in the meantime. I decided to learn as much as I could in the meantime. But I was still earning pretty good money for my age. And yeah, over time, I learned another trade and another trade and another trade um, by just asking. Surprising how many people will help you if you just ask for the help. Um, I had a lot of great tradesmen give me a lot of opportunity to learn under them, and I worked hard for them. And once I knew what I needed to know, I moved on to the next trade. And at some point, I started working for myself and started off just doing tile, drywall repairs, stuff like that. Eventually, room additions, deck builds, and then eventually entire kitchen builds, entire bathroom builds, and um, and things like that. And I was able to apply my education in art to, or couple it with, my education in construction. And I became primarily a luxury and remodel contractor and an investment property contractor. And grateful. And how I became a woodworker is, like a lot of folks, when COVID hit, I was at home a lot, but I had a ton of tools in here. And I like to work. I like to stay busy. I like for my hands to have something to do. And so started building. Um, well, really, I started looking for a house and started building a shop in the place that we were at. By the time I got some of my tools set up, I built cabinets for a little while longer. And then I started incorporating woodworking into it. Now, I am not a professional woodworker in the sense that that's all I do and that's the living that I earn. I will build doors and I'll build cabinets and things like that, custom stuff for the remodel clients that I have and for my own home. Um, but mallets and knife building, chisels for this kind of woodworking, pendants and things like that, that's all fairly new, meaning all that's about a year old. My channel is about 14 months old in terms of when I started uploading. And it eases my mind. My dad was kind of a lightweight woodworker before he lost his vision. And he was uh, more of a repairman than a contractor, but very good with his hands. I don't even know why I'm bothering with this. These edges are not going to matter at all. I don't think. In case they do. Yeah, I'm just going to finish it because I should. I want to, not because I should. That might also help my general direction. How can I do this? Know how I can do this. Every little breeze seems to whisper the ways. Every little breeze seems to whisper your name. Oh, that stopped working. Yeah, I think the batteries are gone. Back up, back up, back up. Gotta back up, please. Oh, baby. Gotta back up, back up, back up. Boom, boom, boom. Know your chat. All right, chat. Sorry about that. Let me get back to you. Hey, Rolls, how you doing? Going on? Craig in the building. Mike in the building. Man, what do you say? What do you say? What advice do you have for people wanting to get started in contracting? Sounds like it's all about calling people, learning from them, and growing. Uh, First, choose. What do you like? Contracting is one of those terms that does cover a whole lot of things. Um, there's HVAC contractors, there's electricians, there's contractors, there's framers, and generally speaking, that's not the same person. Um, what I do in being a guy who does all of the things uh, is not common and takes a long time because you have to get good at everything, or else it doesn't work. And yeah, yeah, a lot of sleepless nights. Um, but I would say find a trade first, and that's a good baseline for any of it. That'll help you learn measurements, precision, tools. Like I would say, it's probably good to be framing covers a lot, and that gives you all the structural components as well. So that'd be a great place to start uh, as potentially a framer. Let's see. Need some scraps. Oh yes, I need some scraps. Oh yes, I need some scraps. Might work. I like it. If we've got even a little bit of super glue left, we'll go a long way here. I don't think we have any. All right. Um, yeah, if I was giving you advice on getting started as a contractor, I would say, yeah, choose a trade that you'll find that you think will be rewarding and get started. If you do finish work, it ain't bad what I hear. Nothing's bad that you enjoy. Nothing is bad that you enjoy. Now, if you don't enjoy it, if it doesn't fit your general demeanor or you can't adjust to it, uh, tile is very meticulous. To do a good job, have to be very meticulous. Uh, and you have to be visually meticulous as well. Not just do it right, but make it look right. Be concerned not only that it doesn't leak, but be concerned that the lines are straight, that it's symmetrical, that you started from the center and worked out, that kind of thing. Becomes very important. One dot. Do, 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 do. Oh, snap. Hold on. Hold on. Rob, you just reminded me. Just reminded me. Y'all, I apologize. YouTube and this chat filter nonsense. Boy, crazy. Doesn't even give me the option to see all your filters automatically. I'm so sorry. All your stuff. My bad. I hope I didn't just put the same thing down twice. I don't think I'll know in a second. All right. That. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna go all the way back. Listen to me. It sucks you spend your life getting great at your trade, and it destroys your body. Yep, it's true. Oh, oh. Let me go back. I missed some stuff. Yeah. Stay well away from construction. Tried to hit the L and send text without glasses. Listen to me. It sucks. You spend your whole life. No, 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 no. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Here's a problem. Some of what you say is true about construction in the chat. What you're saying, it can destroy your body, yada yada. Right? I do not discount that. But, but the other truth of that matter is, you are not supposed to be. Now, this is going to be offensive. I'm going to say that right out the gate. But you are not supposed to hold the trowel the whole time. You're not supposed to swing the hammer the whole time. Once you get damn near perfect at swinging the hammer, your job should be to teach people to swing the hammer. After that, your job should be to monitor the hammer swingers. You have to evolve beyond the production part of it as you get older, or it will destroy you, and your boss won't care. Your boss will not care. Um, one of the reasons I haven't destroyed my body is some days I'm only doing electrical work. Some days I'm only doing plumbing work. And those things are not particularly hard on my body. I also, stay in shape enough, but we need tradesmen. We need, we just don't need 60-year-old tradesmen, 50-year-old tradesmen to be the ones nailing the roof shingles down. That should stop in your late 30s. And you should be a guy with a clipboard, making sure the 20-year-olds are doing their job well. And I know a lot of companies don't set it up that way, and that's the sucky thing. If you get good enough at your trade, you can leave and do it on your own and not be taken advantage of. But I don't want to discourage anybody out of the trades, because we need that. The computers are taking the computer jobs. They're not building houses. And the guys that are building houses are getting old. And then these companies keep trudging on, hire a new crop, half teach them. No, we need tradespeople, especially here in the U.S. in a bad way. Whoa. What we got here? Yeah, you got to protect your health. for sure. People I taught my trade are still doing it and doing well at it. See, that's what's up, Rob. Yeah, there's a balance. There's a balance. Like I've always said, this applies to me more than anybody I ever met. Um, there's a part of construction that by the time you get to a certain level, you should be thinking about ownership. Problem with that is you got to wear a lot of hats, and man, and you're responsible for everything, like you said, Rob. And because you're responsible for everything, you'll do that work anyway. I'm the same way, but I do know not to overdo it. Some things I won't do anymore. Not a production, like things like roofing. I'll do roof repairs. I'm not nailing on a whole house of shingles anymore. Like it just makes no sense for me to be the one doing that. Because man, self-employed in most cases means no health care in the US. It usually means you don't have health care. Because most people here get their health care through their jobs. Self-employed, you don't have a job, you don't have a boss, you don't have a system in place. You're just on your own. Hmm. I don't think we put both parts in that epoxy. It's still really runny. We do know the part we for sure put in was that. So put this on, mix it up, give it another go. What I'm also going to do is cut me a little piece. This. Why am I not putting this in a vise? Because I'm just trying to go fast and it's not working. That's primarily the reason. Trying to go fast, not working. Back it fired backwards. All right. Real quick. That was annoying. Quit it. Pinch my finger. All right, guys. Pull that right back out. You see how that just came back out? That meant we did not have right stuff mixed in together. It gets cloudy immediately when that chemical reaction happens. Bubbles happen. Didn't seem right. Should have trusted my instincts, my guts. Guts. Deep in my heart. A little bit on this. And we're going to pop that on the end right there. Sort of centrally locate that right there. Might even, like the overachiever I am, ruin it by putting some extra stuff on it here. We'll see when the time comes. Not touching it. Okay. Let me go clean my hands because I'm a freak. Should have had on gloves. I worked in software field and stuff for 10 years. I see software guys working hard with heart problems because they don't go lead and try too hard. Wow, that's wow. Oh, you ordered a nice miter saw. Nice, Rob. That is gonna save you some time, ain't it? Hell yeah. Yeah, Rob, one man band. Yeah, I did. Thank you for checking back and confirming that I did that red twice, Rob. That is helpful. I'll pay some daggone attention, right? So we'll wait for that to harden up. Ah, keep doing this. I think it's gonna be okay by the time I put the stuff on it, but I keep getting little stuff on there and having to sand it back off because that Paduke will really soak in stuff. This is gonna be part of my little badge, my logo coming up. Oh, you can start on the chessboard. Chessboards are nice. I should make a chess table. Let's see. Thank you, Sonia. I appreciate it. Oh, some. I'm sorry. Said that wrong. Not drawing it, but it is drawing. Wish I could leave it alone. You can tell what that's going to be, yeah. So, oh, I hate epoxy on my hands. So, some kind of way, I'm going to end up something like that. You know what I'm saying? All the elements of the desert. Thanks for sharing your story, Wes. A lot of people need to hear stories and experiences like yours. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to work out to be cool. I like that. It's not a hypodermic needle, just just so you know, it's not knives, hammers, and drugs. It's knives, hammers, and pencils. But then I'm going to have to cut some of this to make it fit here and here because the backs are going to be flat like that. So far, I got one, two, three, four species of wood. This will be five. And this is just a little pet project to do. Ah, it's a little chilly down here today because it's air conditioners on upstairs. That looks cool, says Ralph. Appreciate it, Ralphs. Ralphs. I never made a chessboard. My concern about a chessboard was always that the pieces, different species of wood, would start to lift and do weird stuff on the corners. Um, but I guess you could just epoxy that down to a flat board. That was a while ago when I was concerned about that. But I was definitely thinking of making a chessboard. I might do that soon. I wanted to get the lathe going enough to be able to make the pieces. Yo, Ms. LaShawn, join the channel. Welcome to the Mallet Warriors. Where's Dorset? Yo, thank you for joining us. We're glad to have you. Thank you so much. W's up. Doesn't look like a hair, Wes. Craig, you're absolutely right. I got to think of a good rabbit design. Hair. Good hair design. W member. We got one coming. But yo, because Craig is legit. You know what I saw, Craig? I saw a guy, and he's got an accent closer to yours than mine. And he's making uh similar to you, like animals out of stitching the material, but he does all leather. And he makes them out of this leather, like almost like stuffed. They're stuffed animals out of the leather, and it's wild. It's reminded me of you. It's so intricate like that, but it's dope. He contacted me. Dope. I hope there's a collaboration coming. This thing is just sliding around, man. I'm gonna let it sit. My mix also could just be off. There's a couple things I need to go get from the store. One of them being more epoxy. One of them being more CA glue for sure. I got to take inventory of a couple of things. I'm gonna go grab some stuff and celebrate my new member. That was dope. We appreciate you, daggone mallet warrior. Listen, we're gonna have to. You mentioned you need to get more in the trade. What about people getting started in their later 20s, earlier 30s? Bad idea, or just depends on how it fits, maybe. Um, no, not a bad idea. Um, if you're committed to learning a trade, you can learn a trade in a couple of years, right? Um, and in a couple of years, you can learn it. In a couple more, you can be really, really good at it. And that'd be enough to start your own business in that trade. And then you could learn other trades along the way. The internet is amazing. If you know how to cut straight lines and you understand about measuring in 90 degrees, 40 degrees, things like that, you can learn all that from one trade. After you've learned that, it translates in every other trade. Drywall, you cut it the exact same way, just with a different tool that you do sheathing, that you do plywood, that you do roofing decks, that you do subfloors, right? All of them are the same measure way, same angles, all of it, just different methods of cutting the material. So all of these things translate, and you don't have to do everything at once. You can learn one thing, and you can hire out for all the other things. And the people that I hired out to do the other things are the people that taught me a lot of the other things. I learned plumbing from a plumber that I hired, and I never competed with him. I became his helper every time he was on my jobs. And then I worked on weekends being his helper on his jobs. And I learned how to bid on plumbing, how to look for the problems and things like that that would help my clients. And when something got complicated or was plumbing related, I brought him in to represent me because he's a better plumber than me. If I want the difference between wanting yourself represented and wanting your company and your services of your company represented. If I want me represented, I go do it, right? If I want my company represented in its best light, I bring the best guy I know to come do it for my company. I don't make as much money, but I get a much stronger name. So networking is a huge part of it. Huge part of it. And oh, I appreciate y'all. And you hanging out and coming and sitting through this stuff with me. I just be messing around in here. I'm gonna give a quick shout to my wife real quick before she does take off and grab some things, and then I'm gonna come back. Thank you, Sonia. I appreciate that. Sam, keep saying that wrong. I apologize again. But I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back a couple of times today because I got to get that bathroom shower waterproofed. But I got to grab some vittles again in my tummy, and then I'll be back. Hang out with y'all some more. Thank you for hanging out with me for the time you did. I will be back. Peace.